Apparently, it doesn't look like what multiverse we look into. Doctor Strange cannot find himself having any sort of good ending to his story. It always seems to end and start in some sort of big tragedy. Which brings us to talk about the Sorcerer Supreme version we saw in Marvel's What If, and specifically the darker take on the character's story and death. So when it comes to Marvel's What If, that version of Doctor Strange is definitely something that's far out there. You know, he can spawn squid things that shoot out of his arms or anywhere really. Like it's definitely different. That whole episode that established that Doctor Strange was very different from pretty much every point of view. And as it turns out, originally, as the episode went on into production, there was an alternative version of the character's death, where we would have seen him beaten to death by the Eye of Agamotto. But when they looked at that, when they looked at the storyboard and how it was shaping up, they figured this is maybe a little bit too violent and also a little bit too flat. They say that this was because it didn't offer anything more visually that was fantastic and went out there and kind of played into the whole idea of what if and animation where you can do whatever you want. So they decided, well, we can really look back on this death and try to put it in a different perspective, do something a little bit more interesting with it other than Eye of Agamotto beats him to death. They do stop there and don't say anything more though, so I wonder if the Eye of Agamotto was going to introduce the actual Agamotto fully, and this story kind of took on a whole different route to get to the ending, which also sounds kind of cool, but maybe they'll save that for somewhere else down the road. Overall though, I always do like finding out some of these other twists, turns, details, and things they maybe wanted to do or even tried to do and then realized into production, yeah, this probably isn't going to fit the story we're going for, and sometimes you know exactly why this choice was made. And I think here it's quite apparent. It would have been completely different, I think, had his death been presented in that way in terms of what the whole story is. And who knows, maybe that'll still fall somewhere in the multiverse. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible at this point, as we've seen. And maybe some of those rumors of seeing the Sorcerer Supreme in Doctor Strange 2 might turn out to be true, and also, all those other multiverse Doctor Strange that we were rumored to see. So maybe they'll toss an element of that into one of them, and we'll see how that could have played out, or what could have happened had Agamotto decided to just, I guess, kill Doctor Strange.